got done and realized that this Briggs engine still didn't have compression. I was irritated, and I had 26 or 28 of these big Italian Cypress rounds that I had picked up several months ago, and they were in my way. I was tripping over them, so to take my frustration out, instead of kicking the dog, I got them all out, and I don't kick the dog, I'm just teasing. I got them all out and blasted them all, so that's good. It helps them dry a little faster. They're still a little pitchy. I got most of them stacked. I'll finish stacking this stuff today, and I need to sort out what's going on with my almighty Roto Hoe. So I have two different options at this point. I know the exhaust valve seat is pitted on this one. I can't get it to seal. The lapping compound is not working. It needs to be ground. I don't know if I have a stone to grind that. I have a valve grinding machine, and I have a half a dozen stones, but those are most for automotive applications. I'm going to dig around and see if I have one that's small enough to grind that stone, to grind that seat, and keep it original, which I like the idea of. Where I've got this Tecumseh, which I'm not a big fan of Tecumsehs. This is an engine I got a few years back. I don't even know if it runs. So let's check for a stone, see if I have a stone I can grind that seat. I moved a few things out of the way. The world famous Super Bee, my tile saw, because it sits in front of this cabinet which my dad built this cabinet. And on top of this sits my valve grinding machine. I've actually got two valve machines. I used to do quite a bit of machining as a young dumb man. And this is one of them here. I brought one of the other ones up to the ranch in case I ever needed to rebuild any heads up there. This is a very capable machine. It's awesome. And it sits, like I said, on this cabinet that my dad built. All kinds of goodies. You recognize this clamp from yesterday. Set that over there. So I'm digging through all the different stones I have. This is the rubber cup I was using yesterday on that exhaust valve. So I know the exhaust valve is about the diameter of this cup. And I went through here and I found this Blue Point valve seat grinding stone. And I think, oh baby, 1 5/8. It's for rough grinding, but if I can get, check this out. If I can get the pits out of it, and then where's my thing here? That's about the right size. If that angle is correct, and I think it is. See, that's what an automotive, that's where it would be in a car. But if I can get it just to that tip, and I can do a rough grind on there to get the pits out, and then I could do a finish grind with the paste compound and lapping. I'm going to get the knurling drill out. I'll be right back. So I went ahead and broke the engine back down again. I didn't need to show you footage of that. Here's what the exhaust valve currently looks like. Yeah, it's kind of pitted. That's where it seats. And it's got pits and stuff. I shot some oil just for fun. I shot some oil into the cylinder again. It raised the compression a little bit, but not enough to make me think that the rings are worn out. Yeah. So here's what I found. It actually fits nicely in there, and the angle is correct. The angle is correct to this exhaust valve. So I'm going to give it a shot. I got nothing to lose right now. So I'm going to set this up on a tripod. Let's see what we can get.
I didn't get a really clean cut on this valve seat because that stone is just too darn large. So I tried it anyway. I blew all the grime out of there, and I ran some coarsen and some fine compound, lapping compound in there, but I wasn't happy with the angle. That stone's not the right one. So I've got to come across the right stone. Well, wait a minute. I'm giving away the secrets here. Well, maybe it'll run. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe it'll run perfect. It'll have 150 pounds of pressure. Yeah. I don't think so.
Put it back together and throw it on the shelf. Stayed at 50. All that work for nothing. Didn't improve nothing. This thing is wore out. That exhaust seat is pretty bad. And well, it is what it is. So I'm going to work on the Tecumseh. Okay, well, so with the shelving of the 5-horse Briggs, I'm going to put this Tecumseh in service. Like I said, these were just going for the scrap pile. This one had carburetor issues. Somebody thought they were tricking it out by drilling out the jet in the carburetor, because this was on a mini bike or something, but what they ended up drilling out was the seat for the needle valve, which shuts off the fuel. So when I tried running this before, it was just pouring fuel everywhere. And so I shelved it, and then anyhow, the carb on this Honda, can you even see that back there? Yeah. The carb on this Honda vertical shaft is the same enough. Brand new fuel line, brand new PCV line, bolted it up. So I put a little fuel in there. There's no exhaust on this thing yet. Oh yeah, there's fuel. Hold the engine. Machine's almost ruined. It's got a modern engine on it. Yuck. Throttle hooked up. Surprisingly enough, the old Briggs muffler, the elbow that I had built for it originally, all that stuff fit perfect. It actually kind of tucks it in there kind of nice. I am just not a Tecumseh fan. So, got the throttle linkage. Oh man, I don't like the look of this thing. That's way too modern. Well, let's fire it up and see if it works. Dang it, Bobby.